Well, hello guys, welcome to Attribute Breakdown. I am the Custard Prophet. This time we'll be fighting through the jungle searching for SI's lost city of player attributes. What secrets will we find there? In this series we'll explore one single attribute in a short video. We'll examine what that attribute means and how it links with other player attribute to make a player better or worse. We'll think about what positions the attribute is important for and how to train it. If that sounds like something you might be interested in hearing more about, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss anything more coming up. In today's episode we are going to be looking at the ultimate technical attribute. It is of course technique. Now, the technique attribute has always been a little bit of a mystery to me. I've never really understood how it links to other technical attributes such as finishing or crossing. So let's dig in and we'll try and work this out. So FM describes technique as the aesthetic quality of a player's technical game, how refined they are with the ball at their feet. They then go on to say that technique is important in being able to pick out tricky passes or crosses. So let's unpack that a little bit. So for all those skills which require the ball at a player's feet, we're talking here about the likes of passing, finishing, crossing, first touch, etc. A high technique will ensure that that player will be more effective when required to do something a little more difficult. So for example, hitting a first time volley when under pressure or playing a killer through ball. So from what we've said so far, a high technique is certainly a desirable attribute for your player to possess, particularly since it can essentially boost multiple unrelated technical attributes simultaneously. So for example, passing and first touch. Nice. However, high technique alone with comparably low ratings in the accompanying technical attributes is not going to be particularly useful. It's also important to be mindful of other attributes which link into or modify the skill in question. So for example, whilst a player with a high rating for both technique and passing may sound like the dream player, without good ratings for vision and decisions, well, whilst they might have the ability to make the pass, they're not necessarily going to see all the options of the pass and pick the right one. As I've said before in this series, attributes work together and their balance is crucial. One other interesting aspect of technique is that it also influences how likely a player will be to use their weaker foot when under pressure, with a player with higher technique more likely to do so when the opportunity arises. Given the nature of the attribute, a high technique will be beneficial for creative players throughout the team, so strikers, wingers, playmakers in general. It will not be as important for those destructive players in your team unless you are playing a more possession-based tactic and you're expecting your centre-backs and anchor man to be more involved in that side of the play. Even then, though, it's probably not going to be the most important attribute to worry about. So technique can be trained in multiple individual training sessions since it is linked to so many skill-based attributes. These include corners, ball control, crossing, and shooting. The attribute can also be impacted by multiple types of group training session. Whilst a number of the general training sessions will impact technique, their effects are relatively small. To have a powerful training effect on technique, look instead to chance conversion or creation for the attacking units, or ground or aerial defense for the defensive units. However, a number of other sessions will also positively influence technique. That's technique in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll have more of these guides coming up over the next few weeks and throughout the FM22 cycle. Let me know in the comments which position you consider technique most important for. Also, which player attribute should we look at next time out? If you enjoy this type of content and want to see more, why not check out some of the other videos from the playlist, or alternatively, for a one-stop shop on all things player attributes, click the link in the description for a Passion for FM guide, which will explore all of them. That's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.